International Crimes Tribunal awards death to 2 policemen, life sentence to 3 in Shahid Abu Said murder during July uprising. Defendant of Usman Hadi murder case Faisal Karim gets 10 years in prison in Adabar arms case. Parliament passes 31 bills including City Corporation, Supreme Court Secretariat, Judicial Appointments Amendment. Voting ends in Bogura 6 by polls and Sherpur 3 polls counting underway. Government to work with stakeholders to implement electoral reforms, says Information and Broadcasting Minister. Metro students to have 3 days online, 3 days offline, classes weekly, Education Minister says in briefing. Government launches Fuel Pass app to ensure discipline, transparency in fuel supply. Israel launches massive airstrike in Lebanon amid ceasefire, 254 killed, global condemnation follows. And Bangladesh beat Hong Kong by 3-2 in tiebreaker at Asian Games hockey qualifier. Assalamu alaikum. 3 others have been sentenced to life imprisonment. In the verdict, the tribunal also handed down various terms of imprisonment to 25 of the remaining 30 accused in the case. The verdict was delivered today by the 3-member International Crimes Tribunal 2 led by Justice Nuzrul Islam Chaudhry. The other 2 judges on the tribunal are Justice Muhammad Munzir al-Bashir and Justice Noor Muhammad Shariar Kobir. The announcement of the verdict was broadcast live on the prosecution's Facebook page and BTV News. Later, Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Aminul Islam briefed journalists, stating that the prosecution would decide whether to appeal to our High Court or for enhanced sentence against any of the accused after receiving the full verdict. Earlier, on June 30 last year, the tribunal formally accepted the charges against 30 accused, including the then Vice-Chancellor of Begum Rokeya University, Hasibur Rashid, and begun the trial. During the 8-month-long judicial process, testimonies of a total of 25 witnesses were recorded, including Abu Said's father and the official who conducted the autopsy on his body. Out of the 30 accused, 6 are currently under arrest. They are former proctor of Begum Rokeya University, Shariful Islam, former assistant registrar Rafiul Hassan Russell, former contractual staff of the registrar's office Muhammad Anwar Parvez, former assistant sub-inspector of police Amir Hussain, former constable Shujan Chandra Roy, and band Chhatra League leader Imran Chaudhry alias Akash. Among the accused, 24 individuals, including former Vice-Chancellor Hasibur Rashid and the then DIG of Rangpur Range, remain absconding, including those who have been sentenced to death. A court has sentenced Faisal Karim Masood, the prime accused in the Usman Hadi murder case, to 10 years of rigorous imprisonment in a case filed under the Arms Act at Adabar police station in the capital. The verdict was delivered today by Dhaka Additional Metropolitan Sessions Judge Mahmood Al-Mohsen. After hearing the closing arguments last Sunday, the court had set today for the delivery of the verdict. As Faisal Karim remains absconding, an arrest warrant has been issued against him. According to the case details, on November 7, 2024, RAB2 conducted a raid at a flat in the Baitul Aman Housing Society area of Adabar. Faisal Karim was detained while attempting to flee. During a search of his residence, RAB recovered a foreign-made pistol along with 4 rounds of ammunition. The following day, RAB Havildar Mashir Rahman filed a case against Faisal Karim under the Arms Act at Adabar police station. However, he was out on bail in his case. The case states that Faisal Karim is a listed armed criminal in the area, involved in extortion and drug trafficking. He had long been leading organized criminal activities including extortion, murder and attack and land grabbing. He kept illegal firearms in his possession to carry out these crimes. After the investigation, Sub-Inspector Zahid Hassan of Adabar Police Station submitted the charge sheet against Faisal Karim on March 28 last year. During the trial, the court recorded testimonies from 13 out of 13 witnesses. An Australian parliamentary delegation led by the Speaker of House of Representatives Milton Dick paid a courtesy call on Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. The 13-member delegation made the premiere at the Prime Minister's office in the Jatiya Sanshad Bhavan this afternoon. Deputy Speaker Barrister Kaisar Kamal, Chief Whip Nurul Islam Moni and State Minister for Foreign Affairs Shamal Baid Islam were present during the meeting. Speaker of the Australian House of Representatives Milton Dick called on Bangladesh's Parliament Speaker Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram at the Speaker's office today. During the call-on, Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram described the relation between Bangladesh and Australia as historic. He said that through friendly parliamentary relations, the relationship between the two governments will be strengthened and the communication between the people of the two countries will also be increased. The Speaker further said that the present government has introduced a new chapter of parliamentary democracy. Active participation of the opposition party is advancing parliamentary democracy through the establishment of a lively parliament, he added. Speaker of the Australian House of Representatives Milton Dick mentioned that the Australian government will always remain by the side of Bangladesh in strengthening constitutional democracy. During the meeting, Milton Dick led a 13-member delegation that included Australian High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Susan Ryle. The meeting laid emphasis on intensifying the constitutional relations, cooperation in education sector and women empowerment in enhancing constitutional democracy between the two countries. Deputy Speaker Barrister Kaisar Kamal and lawmakers Tahsin Rashid and M. Nasir Rahman exchanged views with the visiting delegation on various bilateral issues. A total of 31 bills were passed in the National Parliament today, including Rajdhani Unnayan Kortipokho Bill, Local Government City Corporation Bill and Upazila Porishad Amendment Bill 2026, the Supreme Court Secretariat Repeal Bill and the Supreme Court Judges Appointment Repeal Bill. The parliamentary session began in the morning with Speaker Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram in the chair. The Leader of the House and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman was present in the session. According to the day's agenda, questions were raised and answers were placed on the table. Notices submitted under Rule 71 to draw attention to urgent matters of public importance were deferred. Other bills passed today include the National Human Rights Commission Repeal and Reintroduction Bill, Bangladesh Energy Regulatory Commission Amendment Bill, National Sports Council Amendment Bill, Bangabandhu Sports Welfare Foundation Amendment Bill, Sheikh Hasina National Youth Development Institute Amendment Bill, Overseas Employment and Migrants Amendment Bill, Local Government Union Porishad Amendment Bill and the Legal Aid Amendment Bill 2026. The bills were passed by voice vote after being placed in Parliament by the respective ministers. Meanwhile, in response to a question placed on the table, Road Transport and Bridges Minister Sheikh Rabiul Alam informed Parliament that a fare chart for air-conditioned buses and minibuses will be introduced soon. He also said that measures will be taken to display fares digitally inside public transport vehicles. The minister added that under the Road Transport Act, there is a provision to form passenger and freight transport committees in every metropolitan city, division and district, along with defining their responsibility. He said that under Rule 60A of the Road Transport Rules 2022, the respective committees determine the number of vehicles and approve route permit based on road capacity. Sheikh Rabiul Alam further stated that under Section 34(2) of the Road Transport Act 2018, fare rates and minimum fares for public transport are fixed or revised through official gadget notifications. Accordingly, the revised fares are published on the BRTA website and transport operations and owners are instructed to display them visibly inside vehicles. He also mentioned that fare charts for non-AC buses and minibuses are already in place. The sitting of the session of the Parliament has been adjourned till 10 in the morning tomorrow. Voting has ended in the Bogura 6 by-election and the Sherpur 3 general election. Polling started at 7:30 a.m. and continued uninterrupted until 4:30 p.m. BNP Chairman Tariq Rahman was elected from 2 constituencies in the 13th parliamentary election held on 12 February. As he vacated, the Bogura 6 seat by-election was held there. Meanwhile, voting in Sherpur 3 was previously postponed following the death of a contested candidate after the election schedule was announced. 3 candidates are contesting in Bogura 6 constituency. They are BNP's Rizal Karim Badshah, Bangladesh Jamaat Islamist Abidur Rahman and Bangladesh Development Party candidate Alamin Talukdar. Around 250 members of the army have been deployed as striking force. In addition, members of BGB, RAB, police and Ansar VDP are on duty to ensure security. In Sherpur 3 seat, 3 candidates are in the race. They are BNP's Mahmudul Haq Rubel, Jamaati Islamist Masudur Rahman Masood and Bashar Marxist candidate Mizanur Rahman. About 140 army personnel have been deployed there as a striking force alongside BGB, RAB, police and Ansar VDP members to maintain law and order during the voting. Chief Election Commissioner M.M. Nasruddin has said that by-election in Bogura 6 and the general election in Sherpur 3 were held in a peaceful environment. He made the remarks today while briefing journalists at the Law and Order Coordination Cell at the Election Commission building in the capital Sagargaon after reviewing the election situation. Election Commissioners Abdur Rahman Al Masood, Anwar Islam Sharkar and Abul Fazl Mohammad Sanaullah, along with Senior Secretary to the Election Commission Secretariat Akhtar Ahmed and other senior officials were present at the briefing. The CEC said that the Bogura and Sherpur polls given the same level of importance as the 12 February election and all necessary measures have been taken to maintain law and order. He also said the number of BGB personnel has been increased in Sherpur due to its proximity to the border. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapon has said the government is set to take immediate steps to reform the country's media landscape, aiming to turn abstract promises into concrete action. He said this while addressing a discussion titled Bangladesh Reform Tracker Revenge of Media at the Economic Reporters Forum ERF Auditorium in the capital today. The ERF and the Citizens Platform for SDGs Bangladesh jointly organized the discussion. Convener of the Citizens Platform for SDGs, Dr. Devopriya Bhattacharya, along with top executives from various media outlets, spoke on the occasion. The session was presided over by ERF President Daulat Akhtar Mala. Highlighting the critical moment for reform as a new minister under a new government, Zahiruddin Shapon identified several priority areas for immediate attention, including the Media Reform Commission, protection for journalists, journalist welfare and policy development. He said the government is considering restructuring the Media Reform Commission potentially along the lines of the British model. The minister stressed the need for a clear advertisement policy and transparency in newspaper circulation figures. He also said that discussions with media bodies, including the Editors' Council and associations of television channel owners and digital communication stakeholders, have already begun. Reflecting on the political changes of August 5, 2024, the minister said the government has learned from past mistakes. He emphasized that critics and investigates findings by journalists should be viewed as assets for governance. He urged the integration of reform trackers into the official decision-making process to ensure better outcomes in the current technological era. The minister reiterating that a proper structural environment must be created so that all media professionals can work freely and without fear of harassment. During the event, a memorandum of understanding between the ERF and the Citizens Platform was inked on Bangladesh Reform Tracker for enhancing collaboration in tracking, monitoring and prompting reform activists systematically. From next week, schools and colleges in the Dhaka metropolitan area will hold in-person classes 3 days a week, while the remaining 3 days will be conducted online. Education Minister NMS Sanul Haq Milan announced the decision at a press conference held at the International Mother Language Institute in the capital today. The minister said the hybrid system will initially be launched in 10 selected reputed institutions with metropolitan areas. Earlier, inaugurated a national workshop on incorporating technical courses into the curriculum at the same venue. Speaking at the event, the minister noted that copying has now taken a digital form and said the government is introducing laws to curb digital malpractice. He also announced that future SSC and HSC examinations will be held under a unified question paper system. National University Vice Chancellor Dr. S.M. Amanullah and Secondary and Higher Education Division Secretary Abdul Khalik also spoke at the function. The government has launched an app-based fuel pass pilot project to ensure discipline and transparency in fuel supply system. Spokesman of Energy and Mineral Resources Ministry Munir Hossain Chaudhry informed this at a regular briefing at the ministry today. The app has been introduced on trial basis by Bangladesh Petroleum Corporation (BPC) at 2 filling stations in the capital. Initially, the pilot project is being conducted for motorcycle owners and riders at Trust Filling Station at Tejka and Shonar Bangla Filling Station at Asad Gate. If the pilot initiative proves successful, the Fuel Pass app will gradually be expanded across the country for all types of vehicles. Through the proposed digital system, the entire fuel distribution process will come under fuel automation and real-time monitoring. It will be integrated the central database of the Bangladesh Road Transport Authority (BRTA), bringing fuel distribution under a coordinated and transparent monitoring system. Under the system, filling station owners will be able to digitally enter fuel allocations and distribute them to customers. Users will be able to receive fuel by scanning QR codes and also check their allocated quota. Even without a smartphone, citizens will be able to register through a website and download and print their QR codes for use. Expatriates Welfare and Overseas Employment Minister Ariful Haq Chaudhry called on Malaysian Prime Minister Dato Seri Anwar Ibrahim at his office today. The minister was accompanied by advisor to the Prime Minister Mahathir Amin. At the outset of the meeting, Anwar Ibrahim extended warm felicitation to Prime Minister Tariq Rahman on his election as the Prime Minister of the Bangladesh. He also commended the country's long-standing struggle for democracy and its continued progress. The Honorable Advisor conveyed warm personal greetings of Bangladesh Prime Minister to Anwar Ibrahim and handed over a letter from him. Both sides held sustainable discussions on labor relations, reaffirming their shared commitment to ensuring a transparent, clean and efficient recruitment system to prevent exploitation of workers. The meeting also explored avenues to enhance bilateral trade and investment, with both parties expressing interest in expanding economic engagement for mutual benefit. In addition, opportunities for cooperation in the education sector were discussed, including the enhanced exchange of teachers and academic collaboration to further deepen people-to-people ties. The Malaysian Prime Minister extended an invitation to the Prime Minister of Bangladesh to visit Malaysia at a mutually convenient time. Both sides expressed satisfaction with the positive trajectory of bilateral relations and reaffirmed their commitment to further strengthening cooperation across multiple sectors. Now, international news.